Guess what? I had to tell you a secret. Can I tell you a secret? I'm back! Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this. Back in my studio. This time I got a microphone that I don't even know if I'm going to use. It's really crappy. Oh, time to get back to the roots though. You want to hear a story? You want a story? Speaking of roots, we're going to get back to my roots. We're going all the way back to second grade, yep. Now just to give you guys a little sneak peek on this video, this video is of my, well, it's probably going to be in the title, but it's of my first ever crush in the second grade. That's right. Now in the second grade, I was at Franklin South. Go Firebirds. Let's see, my teacher was Mr. Gardner. Yeah, that's right. If you called him Mr. Gardner, let's just say I still have some of the scars on my... But anyways, I'm going to try and stop talking to this microphone. It's so nice that it's just right in my face. I don't know if I'm going to ever have this again. So in Mr. Gardner's second grade class, I don't remember anything. It was the second grade. I do remember one thing, however, I lied. Joke's on you. I'm not a liar. I just lied this one time. I'm sorry. I remember one thing, one girl. Her name was Aubrey. And from what I remember, she was the most beautiful girl in the entire world. And yeah, she was the first girl that I ever liked. She wore glasses. So I guess that's why I have a thing for girls with glasses. It's funny because I've never dated a girl that wore glasses before because I don't date nerds. Get over it. But yeah, I remember, I don't remember a whole lot about her, besides the fact that she was a freaking angel. All I really remember was that I would check for her every single day in class to see if she was there, and I'd always get really sad, and it'd be like the worst day if she's absent, but she's only absent like one time that I remember, which is really sad that I remember that. She's a good student though. Again, she wore glasses. But yes, anyways, I checked for her every single day. And as I do, and I still do with all of my crushes, I never talked to her. I did, however, during recess time, she would always be on the swings. Always on the swings. I was never really a fan of the swings because I hated heights. I used to have the biggest fear of heights. Like, I didn't even like going upstairs, like in a house. Like, second stories creeped me out. Which I'm over now. I got over a couple years ago. But I actually kind of like heights now. So she was always swinging. And I had these kids that wanted to be my friends. And they're like, hey, Dallas, hey, let's go build sandcastles in the sand. Because it was before the freaking playgrounds have all those stupid wood chip things now. I don't know, is that like a thing everywhere? It was a thing in Arizona. It just like switched one day to these stupid wood chips. Like, no one else was playing wood chips. I want to build freaking sandcastles. But in second grade, I didn't want to build sandcastles because Aubrey was on the swings. So I was on the swings, which I did not really like. And I always swung kind of low and very slow, or I just kind of sat on the swing, which the other kids did not like. They wanted turns on the swings. But Aubrey didn't give anyone turns on the swing, so I didn't need to get anyone turns on the swing. Anyways, yeah, so, Aubrey, if you're out there, happen to be watching my video, which I doubt because no one watches these. Thank you. You're the first stepping stone in getting over my fear of heights. So you might be asking me through the screen, you might be typing in the comments like, Dallas, whatever happened to Aubrey? Did you ever end up talking to her? Did you guys keep going to the same class? No, she peed in her chair in class, and so she moved schools. I don't remember the story. I just remember one day she's raising her hand, the teacher wasn't paying attention. And the teacher called on her too late. Big puddle in her chair. And I never saw her again. Good times. Second grade, man. I mean, I'm sorry, Aubrey. I'm not making fun of you. You were in second grade. I've peed my pants lots of times. More times than I'd like to admit. And more times than I'd like to admit that we're past the second grade. So, it's okay, kids. Just don't make it like a regular thing, like be potty trained. Which also second grade was big time for me with ditching class. See, I had learned of this magic little thing called the school nurse, who you could fake being sick and go and you lay in a bed all day and she'd give you crackers and you don't have to go to class. Did other people do that? Like, I can't be the only one that found out about this maybe I just had a nice nurse. I don't know. Did other people do this? I did it all the time, like every day, like at least 4 times a week out of the 5 days I was at school. But one of the days I was swinging, I was swinging just, at about like 30 degrees. Not going up very high. I wasn't reaching like a full 90. Some of the kids are full 90 backflip off the swing. I wanted my legs to be touching the ground the whole time. But a beetle landed on my head, and I swore, I swear on Cub Scouts honor that a beetle crawled into my ear and was laying eggs that would probably hatch babies that were gonna like eat my brain. And as fantastic as that sound, I actually surprisingly remember keeping my cool. So yeah, so I was swinging, and then and I remember just stopping because my feet were always on the ground. I remember stopping and just standing up. And then like kids were like looking at me like, what, that was weird. And I just start walking straight face straight to the nurse's office. I knew exactly where it was. I was there every day. And I made it to the nurse's office. She didn't find anything, of course, because I was a crazy kid. A bug landed on my ear and I thought it crawled in. I don't know. But I got crackers. It was a great day. Victory. Also, while we're on the subject of Franklin South, am I talking really fast? I feel like I'm talking kind of fast. I'm sorry, guys. I'm very excited to be doing this again. I love stories. But Franklin South, yes. The worst moment of my entire life happened here. It was in the first grade. I had Miss Sign, which we'll get back to her in a second. And this happened during recess, which I was about to go down the slide with my friend Cade, who was my only friend. I think his name was Cade. I might just be making that up. I'm pretty sure his name was Cade. I only really remember the girls. Which Cade, though, was like my only friend. Which, like, I was a shy boy, if you couldn't tell from my Aubrey story. Like, I didn't just not talk to her. I didn't talk to anybody. Especially after this scenario happened with Cade, my only friend, the only person that I trusted using words from my mouth in conversation to. But we were about to go down the slide. Cade was first. I was right behind him. I was telling Cade how my grandma had just given me a $2 bill, which are like super rare. They probably don't even make them anymore. Like, and mine was fresh, so it was probably like one of the last ones ever made. I was like pretty much the most popular kid in school. Even though they make those nowadays, you can just ask for them at the bank. But yeah, so I was telling Cade my super awesome story, and he goes down the slide and turns around, which we went down the slide together because I wasn't done telling him my story, and so I wanted to make sure he could hear, so we kind of just choo-chooed it down the slide, which he did not approve of. And when he turned around, after we had gotten to the ground, it wasn't Cade. It's just some other kid in a blue shirt and corduroys, like... And I'm laughing now, but this was like the worst day in my entire life. Which, granted, I was only in like the first grade, so it probably was. But like, I just told my whole entire story. I was rambling on to just some random kid. Like, some random little cheese ball just knows that I have a $2 now. Like, he doesn't need to know these intimate details about my life. Which, like, that combined with moving schools a little bit later, like, I couldn't talk or interact with anyone for a very long time until like 8th grade, 9th grade. Actually, no. It was 10th grade. Oh no. I had a few close friends, but I was very, very I was extremely shy. You can ask anyone until about probably 11th grade is when I peaked and became not shy. I mean, that's where I hit that's where I finally became social, not like peaked in my life. Even though that's probably true. I kind of I filled out. But also in the first grade, I remember the first time that I ever got in trouble, which I was very concerned about, but little did I know that was just the first in a long dynasty of awesome. But during recess, again. I mean, nothing fun worthy ever happened during school time. It was always at recess. Come on, guys. You should already know that these are all about recess time. Anyways, I found a bird's nest in a low-hanging branch, which for like a first grader, that's you just won the lottery, boy. Like a bird's nest. So I grabbed it down. It didn't have any eggs in it. I mean, if it did, that would have been freaking awesome, and it would have like made my entire life. I probably wouldn't have been a shy, socially awkward kid because again, first grade, like bird eggs. You find bird eggs in the wild. They're really cool. Okay, I would have been so cool. It just had a bunch of feathers in it though, and so I was looking at this and like, yeah, I'm kind of done with this now. Like, who wants a bird nest full of feathers? It's just sticks and feathers. Like, you can find those anywhere. It wasn't like a cool egg, which I always had this dream that I would find a bird egg, like a robin egg or something, and just like put it under my pillow and sit on it every night, and then it would hatch, and then I'd have my own pet little like bird, little robin. Did no one else have this dream? Because I had this dream a lot, and I used to even like find rocks that were shaped like ovals, like shaped like eggs, and I would legit think that they were like for dragons, and I would sleep with them under my pillow. I kid you not, trying to hatch these dragon eggs, and I'd light fires, or I'd take it to like Boy Scout camps or Scout camps, and like put them in the fires because I'm like, oh, maybe it just needs lots of heat, like dragon's fire. It makes sense, right? I was gonna be the first ever boy with a pet dragon. Just think about that for a second. Anyways, back to the story. My classmate saw me with the bird's nest. Her name was Faith, which I told you I only remember the girls' names. I don't know. Don't blame me. But Faith saw me. She got excited, and she asked if she could see. And so me, obviously being the gentleman that I am, said no, and I threw the bird nest in the air. And as you can imagine, Faith did not like this. And Faith wanted revenge. And Faith went to the teacher, Miss Sign. And Faith lied to the teacher and said that I had shoved a bunch of feathers down her shirt, which I can assure you I did not. She was lying. I just threw the nest into the air, and it probably may have like hit her or something, exploding feathers everywhere, and humiliating her and exposing her as the cootie-infested girl that she was. But I did not purposely put any feathers down her shirt. I promise. But Miss Sign called me to the front of the class anyways and made me apologize to her in front of everybody. As a first grader. Who does that? Which, I mean, I didn't apologize because I didn't do it. I said, like, I'm sorry if I was playing with the nest and I threw it up into the air because I was just playing, as a kid does during recess, and a gust of wind happened to come by and blow a feather and it maybe like landed on your nose or something. Like, I'm sorry if that specific scenario happened, but I definitely didn't throw it into the air and it landed on your face, exploding feathers everywhere, and probably quite a few go down your shirt. I didn't do that, but sorry if the other thing happened. Sorry. But yeah, thanks for getting me in trouble, Faith, if you're watching, just because I inconvenienced your recess time with one feather, because you very much inconvenienced mine. It was not convenienced, and I was just minding my own business. You should have left me alone with my nest as a boy. So I guess moral of these stories, don't go to recess with me. And if we're ever swinging together, it's because I like you. And if I ever don't talk to you or I seem rude, it's because of Cade, or not Cade, blue shirt corduroy boy. And also, I don't have any $2 bills, so don't ask me about that either. My grandma definitely doesn't give them to me all the time. Anyways, let's get our knees up here. Oh, jeez. Anyways, thanks for watching my story. If you want more stories, I enjoy these a lot, so if you want more stories, I'm happy to tell more. I got lots. I have a huge list. I love doing these, and so if you prefer these over the vlogs, definitely let me know. I can do more stories. We can do both. We can do whatever you want. If you want nothing, too bad. I'm going to do it anyways. I enjoy this. This is what I like to do in my free time, believe it or not, and it is actually a lot more work than you might think. And a lot of planning. No planning is involved in stories. It's honestly mostly rants. I write down like 3 main ideas, like the 3 stories. Like for this one, I wrote Aubrey Crush, Cade Dollar, and Faith Nest. So this is all pure off the cuff. Is that a saying? But anyways, I'm rambling on. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like this video. Let me know what you want, and I will see you next time.